We've been exploring some of the different damage options in Battletech. As a mech warrior, how do we navigate that? And I want to sidebar for a moment, looking at ammo. How do we navigate that? And what are some of those calculations as a mech warrior or a mech commander that you're running? So when you take a hit to your mech outside of an energy boat, that's all energy systems, there's going to be various ammunition points in there. It might be one system, like you might just have a long-range missile 10-pack, and you've got to feed that ammo. It could be multiple systems. It could be a short-range missile pack. It could be a long-range missile pack and a pair of machine guns. And you've got this ammo depending on the narrative, the tech manual, and locations where it's stacked. You take a hit to there, and the first time that you run the calculations for ammo explosions, if we're talking inner sphere and you don't have case or hardened, you count that out, and it's like you take 500 points of damage. And from that point out, you radiate out and you calculate the damage. You quickly realize like there's absolutely nothing left of the machine. So taking an internal hit, bypassing armor, going to internals where there's ammo is a pretty big problem. You will get tagged there, and it's especially sad face if it's a heavier assault mech that's in relatively good condition, but a lucky ammo hit. Now, when do we dump ammo? How do we navigate that? We've got the framework. When you purchase a stock mech, the battle value that's calculated is for the full ammo bin. So it's stocked with the full machine guns, the full short-range missile 6-packs, the full LRM packs. Some players will adjust that down, those calculations. Do I really need 20 shots? Maybe I just take 10. And if you do that across a lance or two, that gets you a little bit of battle value back, and maybe you can buy a Karnov and you can purchase some infantry. I'm not saying to metagame like that, but some players will not go in with the full ammo count. On a side note, you're not saving a ton of battle value. It only really pays off in mid to big size games. Most of the time, I just take the full ammo count. If I'm running a missile boat, so when I play my longbow, my archer, I always take the full complement of long-range missiles because pretty much every turn, if I can hit you, I'm going to be firing at you. I'm going to be just putting down real-time hundreds of LRM missiles, shooting them on the table. If I'm playing my Jaeger mech or if I'm playing my Blackjack, I'm going to be plinking away with those autocannons. I want the full complement. But some players, what they'll do is they'll look and they'll say, okay, am I really going to burn through 20 shots? If I've got a short-range missile pack and it's a one-time game that we're playing, it's not a campaign where I've got some resupply issues and things like that, I'm only going to use 5 shots. Let me take those 5 shots. I'm only going to use potentially 3 shots because I'm only going to take them when they're optimal. So let me take those 3 shots. There is a way to somewhat limit the absolute catastrophic damage, but narrowing that down and looking at it at that point. Some players do that. Now we've got the framework. Here's how I kind of operate. I usually take the full ammo complement. Then as we go through the game, depending on the machine that I have, the mech that I have, what I'll do is if I take an internal hit, a damage hit, so I get hit in my left torso, goes to internals, roll for crit, confirm crit, roll for location, LRM 10-pack, right? My tube is blown off, it's done. As soon as that happens, all this happens simultaneously, so assuming I make it to the next round, as soon as that happens, if there's a weapon system that's been destroyed, I dump the ammo for it. I mean, I literally don't need it. It seems like a simple thing, but it's easy to forget that, okay, the weapon systems is destroyed, cross that out, check that off on my battle sheet, but the ammo is still there, and it could still cook off, not only with heat, pushing the heat, but also with another lucky hit or a hit to a different location. So just absolutely dump that ammo. Another possibility is some mechs, as you get closer, as you start taking more damage, right? I'm taking a lot of damage. I've got my heavier, my assault, mixing it up in there. And while I want to get every alpha point that I can, shooting every weapon possible, if I start taking some serious damage, maybe at some point I say to myself, look, my SRM-4, 6 has got some bite. SRM-4, SRM-6, just dump the ammo. The weapon system's still up, but the way the shooting happens in Battletech, I can't afford to get up there, take on 2 mechs, take some hits, goes to internal, roll for crit, confirm, location, and it's ammo. So sometimes even if the system is working, as I get into close range, as we get into that assault range, as we're really firing multiple weapons a turn and I'm taking damage and I'm not going to withdraw or move away, maybe I want to dump that ammo. So exploring that. You could take less ammo. You could try to meta exactly how much you need for the battle. But if it's a missile boat, if it's a plinker boat, you want that full complement. Also looking and saying, as soon as that weapon gets destroyed, dump the ammo. And likewise, maybe looking and navigating, trying to anticipate if it's going to go to internals, maybe I want to dump that ammo before it explodes, before it gets hit.